Hello, my name is Carolyn and I'm a careers advisor in the Careers and Employability Service. I'm going to show you some resources to help you write or update your CV. You'll find everything to do with the Careers Service on My Career Enrich, the Careers portal. So if you've not already activated your account, you can find the link on the Student Hub. So simply sign in with your student email to get started. And then once you're on the platform, your dashboard should look like this. So to access the CV resources, go to the top right-hand icon which says resources, and this will take you to lots of really useful websites, all of which cover career planning, professional development, and applying for jobs. So I'm going to show you the My Cumbria ones. So these are resources that we've put together. So each of these topics has information beneath it. So if we look first at CVs and applications, you'll see we cover information on preparing to write, so how to get started, information about writing style, different types of CV, because there's different ways that you can format your information, as well as letter writing. If you're going to have a CV, you'll also need a letter. Some of you may be thinking about whether a CV or an application is the best place to disclose a disability or health condition. So there's some information and advice in there. And then finally, quite a large section on application forms, because not all jobs require a CV. In fact, many of them just ask you to complete an application form. But if we go back to the preparation one, we've got here we've included three websites from careers education sites. So Prospects, Target Jobs, and then we've included Read as well, who've got a nice do's and don'ts section. And I would encourage you to browse each of these websites because they've got some really, really helpful information and advice. We've included as well a list of the common CV queries that we often get. So, for example, do you put your date of birth on your CV? What should go first, your experience or your education? Should you list every single GCSE and every grade? So these are just a few examples, and we've got all the answers on this link here. So have a look at these. We've also included some articles to external sites. So, for example, The Guardian has a great career section as well. In the writing your CV section, we've got tips on how to keep your sentences really concise and try and avoid too much narrative. It's worth mentioning that most employers will only glance at a CV for 6-7 seconds at the most. So it's really important that you make everything very concise and you ensure that they're not going to overlook something really, really important. So keep kind of narrative and descriptive stuff to a letter, or a personal statement, but keep your CV concise and to the point. Um, We've got information too on how you can tailor your CV to as well to the job. Really important to adapt it for every occasion. I mentioned different types of CVs. Most of you will be familiar with the traditional chronological form or sort of way of presenting or organizing your information. That's where you start with what you've been doing now or recently and work back chronologically in time. But there are other ways that you can organize information. A skills-based CV, for example, is really good if you have limited experience for the kind of job role or sector that you want to get into, or you want to show employers how your transferable skills and skills gained from other experiences are going to be really relevant, or you could do a mixture of the two. And then in addition, we've also got links to sector-specific CVs. So we've got business and management, law, teaching, IT and technology, and then there's a link here to CV tips for the creative industry. So if you're a photographer, illustrator, fine artist, performing artist, then you may need a slightly different type of CV. And then also for international work, things are done slightly differently in different countries. So have a look at what we're saying there for the Europass CV or international CVs. So moving back to the three websites that I mentioned at the top under preparation, I would encourage you to have a look at these. I'm going to just show you very quickly Prospects. Prospects, really good careers advice section. So we go to CVs and cover letters. So as well as some sort of stuff on the basics, they've got some good examples. So have a look at their examples so you can see the differences between the different ways that you can organize information and see what sort of makes a good layout. They've also got links to creative CVs as well, as I mentioned earlier, letters, and also video CVs. Increasingly, employers, some of them ask for a video CV as well. So have a look at that one. The other one I mentioned, Target Jobs, is really good. Because they've got some templates. People often say, have you got a template I can use? I would say please don't Google CV template because the internet will throw up all sorts of things, some of which are unsuitable. Use the Guardian CV template or one of their other ones that they suggest. Um, that's a much better option. So you can see, shows you how to lay it out. You can see nice and clear, nice and succinct, clear headings, etc. So that was Target Prospects and Target Jobs. And as I said, Reed, who are a big recruitment organization, they've got some handy do's and don'ts for tips. So that's a quick overview of the information resources. But you might prefer to come along to a live session, in which case please have a look at, if you click on events, that's the events tab, that'll throw up a list of our career essential workshops. So these are career topics that we run throughout the term, and we regularly do sessions on CV writing, letter writing, applications. So please come along to one of those. You just need to book, so we know that you're coming, and then we host them through Blackboard Collaborate. So, and they're open to everyone. Alternatively, if you don't want to do a live session, or you'd like something a little bit more structured, then have a look at our pathways. If you click on the pathways link, that's sort of self-directed module, and we've got one on CV writing, so you can follow that through at your own time and in your own pace. So I hope that's given you enough to get started. Please have a go at doing a draft, and then once you're happy with your draft, if you'd like to send it to us for feedback, if you go up to the icon that says me at the top, you've got a feedback request area, and you can then upload your draft and send it to us, and we'll have a look at for you and tell you if you're on the right lines or how it might need to improve. Please make sure, if you do this, that you include in the description the jobs that you're wanting to use your CV for. So please send us a link. Or if you're just using it, wanting to create a CV for a professional module, for example, then please explain that, what the module is and what you've been asked to do. And as I said, please make sure that before you submit anything for feedback, that you have had a look at the resources first. So that would be really good. So that's all from me now. If you want to get in touch with us, please, you can send a query, use the queries tab at the top, and you can send us a quick message. But I hope that covers everything you need. So thank you for listening. Bye bye.